Hi, this is 20 Sides, introducing the fine writing International Scepter series, Zeus and Poseidon. Before everything else, with Micah Finds' help, we're going to show you how to use the piston filling system of these pens. I don't have the Zeus pen yet, so we're going to demonstrate with Poseidon. Because it resembles the vacuum filling system of vintage fountain pens, remember to push down on the button several times. Around 10 should be okay. You know it's full when the ink bottle no longer produces bubbles. That means no more air is being pumped out of the pen barrel and the ink reservoir is now full. Did you know you could tilt Waterman ink bottles when the ink level is low? This makes it easier for you to ink up your fountain pens. For the piston filler, it's pretty straightforward, similar to other modern pistons available now. Simply turn the knob until the ink reservoir is full. So I'm going to talk as I sketch because, trigger warning, there will be some mentions of sexual assault. So, first, I'd like to say that Zeus and Poseidon's myths aren't exactly a picture of virtue, with many myths that depict both of them forcing themselves on women. In ancient Greece, rape was normalized, and there was little empathy for the victims of assault. These victims were expected to lay aside their wrath and simply go on with their lives. One of the most notable of these victims was Medusa, raped by Poseidon. To know more about this, watch Micah Fine's video. Ancient Greece was deeply patriarchal, and it was considered the norm for women to be mistreated this way. It was even considered an acceptable way to take a wife for themselves, to take a woman by force, because women were viewed as objects to be owned. So, just as the ancient Greeks shaped the gods shaped ancient Greece by expecting their women to submit to the whims of their men. So I've brought these up, not so I can redeem them and somehow turn these stories around. That would be an injustice to the victims portrayed here. These stories are important. They are examples of what men should not do and should not be. Which brings us to the pens. These pens are an ode to the reimagining of who Zeus and Poseidon could have been. Instead of the oppressors that they were, using their power to conquer, subjugate, and own the women in their lives, they could have been protectors instead. They could have been strong, kind leaders. They could have been creators, explorers, providers. They could have used their power to provide safety, security, and real wisdom to their communities. Their stories could have taught little ancient Greek boys that women are human and not cattle, that women do not need to be put in their place, that women are to be valued for what they contribute, and that women, if not fearful, provide nurturing and guidance and love. And more than that, if they did not rule by fear, everyone, including women, would be able to look upon the sea and sky, wonder at their magnificence, and be reminded of what they truly represent: the promise, freedom, and possibility. So I wrote two poems as an ode to the reimagining of both Poseidon and Zeus, and they go like this. For Poseidon, as a child, I was always enamored by the ocean, the cool, salty breeze, the vast blue waves, the tiny collectible seashells. I also dreamed of what lay beyond the horizon, a fantasy life of swashbuckling, sea shanties, sirens, treasure, and mystery. Back on land, I was also enamored by horses, the majesty of them, the speed and the possibilities, the promise of wide rolling plains, of wind in my hair, of new paths to take, of new places with new cultures, and of discovery. The ocean and horses, a free, vagabond life. And then for Zeus, birds, sky, sun, rain, and thunder. In the day to day, I marvel at these simple, magnificent sights: pink clouds, orange sun, black night, blue lightning. A kaleidoscope, a range of bright, spectacular colors on a plain blue canvas. Even in the dreariest and most repetitive of days, I find that there is always this to look forward to: an endless expanse, a vastness so grand and full of life, a daily promise that upward and onward is always an option. The infinite sky, the promise of more tomorrows. So if you believe in the freedom and wonder of the seas, this pen is for you. And if you believe in hope for every tomorrow painted across the skies, this pen is for you. Be reminded of all Poseidon and Zeus should not have been, as well as every positive, powerful, and beautiful thing they could have been. May these stories of old teach us, and may we do better today.